Hey everyone, it's Kristyn Burtt for Star Pulse. Well, the Oscar nominations have been announced, and we're going to talk to two industry insiders who are going to give us their insight on the snubs and surprises. Okay, Oscar nominations are out. There's always snubs and surprises. Is there one particular one that stands out to you?
Well, you know, the snubs here are in the Best Actor category for sure. We knew there would be because there's just too many great actor leading performances this year, so there's no room at the end for a couple of them. And in this case, Tom Hanks and Robert Redford. Tom Hanks had two movies this year, Saving Mr. Banks and Captain Phillips, some of his best work ever. Did not get a nomination for either one. Robert Redford hasn't been nominated since 1973 for an acting performance. We thought he'd be on this list. Did not get nominated. So those are the two. And then Oprah Winfrey in supporting. We always think that Oprah is going to get in. You know, if Oprah's got a movie or something, you know, she can just call up and order one of these things. And she didn't get nominated. So that's another big snub. In fact, Lee Daniels, the butler, was pretty much shut out. So,
do you think it lost its momentum because it had such early praise early on the season?
It came out in the summer. It made a lot of money, so they can be happy just counting their money for that picture. But I think other movies came along and sort of stole its thunder, particularly 12 Years a Slave, which did well here with 9 nominations. So I think maybe the timing wasn't right for that. But I was a little bit surprised because Oprah got a SAG nomination. I thought at least she'd show up here. But no Oprah, no Forrest Whitaker, nobody really from that film.
Leonard, it's always great getting your perspective on the snubs and surprises. So who was in on this year?
Well, you know, I don't think of them as snubs. I think about the dilemma of having 5 slots to fill, like Best Actor, and having 6, 7, 8 great performances. Something's got to get left out. Do you want to leave Tom Hanks out? No. You want to leave Robert Redford out? No. But then who do you leave out? Chiwetel Ejiofor? Surely not. Christian Bale? I don't think so. How do you boil it down to 5 so somebody gets left out?
Yeah, and I think the Best Actor category was the toughest this year.
Pretty strong field. And then, of course, I was rooting for Emma Thompson in Best Actress, and I'm sorry she didn't make the cut.
I was surprised at that one. I thought for sure that she would slide in there.
Well, you know, people like to characterize the Academy as being sentimental, or older, out of touch. And here they pretty much shut out Saving Mr. Banks, and they embraced The Wolf of Wall Street, the edgiest movie of the year, edgiest mainstream movie of the year. So you can't tar them with one brush. You just can't do that. The Academy is too diverse.
Yeah, and I agree. We heard a lot of the controversy on The Wolf of Wall Street when it was shown here to Academy members, and people upset at Scorsese. So clearly, that was all for nothing, really.
Pretty much. I mean, each branch votes for its branch. So only the screenwriters nominate the screenwriters. Only the directors nominate the directors, and so on down the line. So each of those groups felt, no, we're nominating Leonardo DiCaprio. We're nominating Martin Scorsese. We're nominating, Terrence Winter, the screenwriter. Jonah Hill, of course. So, talk about being embraced. That film was embraced by the Academy today.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. How about 9 for Best Picture? I think that was a little bit higher than a few people thought. Maybe 7 or 8 would have been the number.
Yeah, well, I see that. People always use things like phrases like sure thing, or Oprah Winfrey is a lock. I heard that a lot of times this year. There's no locks, there's no sure things. You just can't predict them.
No, you definitely can't. And I mean, it seems like the butler may have peaked a little bit too early. We had heard a lot about Fruitvale Station 3 or 4 months ago.
Yes, of course, and you heard a lot because the Weinstein Company is behind Fruitvale Station, and it is one of the best films of the year, and I hope we get some recognition, but the field was a little too strong.
So, any predictions for March 2nd? What do you think is going to come out the clear winner?
I have no prediction. I have no prediction. If you were going to vote for Cate Blanchett or Sandra Bullock, and you'd seen both of those movies, and you know that those actresses make those movies work, how would you choose?
I know. I guess it's what you're feeling that day when you're voting.
I know. How do you choose? It's very hard.
All right, we'll have to find out on March 2nd. Like every Oscar nominations, there are snubs and there are surprises. Let's take a look at some of the surprises in each of the categories. In the supporting actor category, I think the biggest name that we were surprised about was Jonah Hill for The Wolf of Wall Street. It looks like he took Daniel Bruhl's spot for Rush. Supporting actress Sally Hawkins made the list, which is great. She had a wonderful turn in Woody Allen's Blue Jasmine. Going on to Best Actress category, there is one big name that is missing, and that is Emma Thompson for Saving Mr. Banks. Where is her name? All I know, it's not on that list. But Meryl Streep is in there for her 18th record nomination. Best Actor, we're also looking at a lot of snubs in this category. No Tom Hanks for Captain Phillips. No Robert Redford for All Is Lost. I mean, there were so many people that could have been in this category, all worthy actors, but there were only 5 slots available. And of course, we have 9 for Best Picture altogether, and I think the biggest surprise on that list was Her, which has had a nice run-up in the last few weeks and a lot of support from the Academy members. We're going to find out what happens, though, not until March 2nd, so stick around for Star Pulse and all of our coverage. I'm Kristyn Burtt. We'll see you on the red carpet.